No, I'm not baking this week, but welcome to another vlog, or welcome if you are new. We are happy to have you. If you're new, you might not know this, or maybe you're not new but just missed the vlogs. So allow me to quickly explain. There's 3 people in our colony that make the sourdough bread. I am one of them. That's the dishwasher. We take turns making sourdough bread, and we make it whenever the bread is finished. And very often it happens when it's not our bake week. Sometimes it's our bake week when the sourdough is finished, sometimes it's not. This week, it's not my bake week, but it's my turn to make sourdough, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Because if you've seen the last short that I uploaded on YouTube, it was the sourdough bread that I made, the gluten-free that was a little flat. I have decided that because I'm making regular sourdough for the colony this week, I would also go ahead and make another batch of gluten-free sourdough. But the regular sourdough bread has a different baking method than the gluten-free. So I decided I would try the regular sourdough baking method on the gluten-free bread to see if it would work. Yes, it might be a fail, but I am willing to try it. I will never know unless I try, and I have to. I'm willing to do it. I'm making a gluten-free pumpkin chai sourdough bread. And for the bread in the kitchen, I want to add caraway seeds. Oh, caraway seeds in bread. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's almost 10:30 and it's almost time for me to go do laundry. After all, today's Tuesday, but I have to wait for the person that is before me until she is finished. So whenever she's finished, she's gonna call me that I can come do my laundry. Once you are finished doing your laundry, you have to call the person that is after you and let them know that you're finished with the laundromat. They can come do their laundry. So yeah, and it's usually on Tuesday. Mine is usually around 10:30, 10:35-ish, sometimes later, depends on the day. But yeah, I don't know what this vlog is gonna look like. Oh, last week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I recorded a little bit of footage for the vlog, so I will include that here.
Cloudy and some snow, 2 centimeters expected, south wind 30 kilometers an hour, becoming light later, a high of -2, wind chill -21 at times. Tonight, snow and blowing snow, another 2 centimeters or so, north wind 40 gusting to 60 kilometers an hour, a low of -14, wind chill -22. Right now, it is -8 outside of 680 CJOB.
Life in the fast lane, mother, thank you.
The Dr. Seuss.
Thank you. I like Dr. Seuss.
You got 'em today.
I just came from outside, which is why I'm this red. It wouldn't be this cold if it weren't for the wind. The wind is biting. But anyways, yesterday at the thrift store, Mom found this 24 mini cups, but a big tray. Does it make sense what I said? I don't know. I feel like it didn't, but it needs a good clean. And it's still in perfect condition. It does not have any scratches, nothing. I'm pretty excited about it. to be totally honest, the floor doesn't look that messy. I think this is all the stuff you don't see. But then again, the kitchen does get a lot of traffic. This big tank cannot get under all the areas. Underneath the dishwasher, closer to the sink, it can't do. So the way we do it is we do it to 2 people. One uses the washer and the other one takes a mop and does all those areas that the washer can't get to. And it works, so yeah. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it's really the only area that we have time for. The only place that we have for it because it's so big. Christmas decorations are still up and they're going nuts with their blinging. I want to check what we have for tomorrow. Oh, we have broilers and dumplings for lunch. Toast and eggs for supper. My dishwashing week is on its last legs. To Sunday school. I just came home from washing dishes and they're on their way to Sunday school. So earlier I was talking about Sunday school and I wanted to mention, because I figured some people might want to know or are curious as to how long you go to Sunday school. And you go to Sunday school until you're baptized. It does not matter how old you are, you go to Sunday school until you get baptized. So yeah, I don't go to Sunday school anymore. And usually we are done with dishes by the time the bell rings for Sunday school, but today it took us a little bit longer. I don't know why. Sometimes it just does. And we're back. I have to go bring in the rugs. So I'll go do that. Although the large living room rug, that one is waiting until my brothers get home. They're gonna bring that one in because it's heavy. It's a huge rug, it's heavy. This big rug will wait until my brothers are home. They're gonna bring it in. It's a little bit too heavy and it's huge. It's folded in half, so it's a lot bigger than this. I'll do the small ones. The small ones. Trying to decide what I should do with the laundry that I have hanging outside. It got really windy this morning and I don't know. Sometimes it feels like stuff will go flying soon. I don't want that to happen, but I also don't want to bring it in and it being wet. But it's so windy, it's probably not wet anymore. Yeah, I'll leave it a little bit longer. Is it recording now? I was recording and my camera decided to not record. It said error detected and quit. Great. But the clothes are dry. And I should probably have worn a coat. Whew. Trying to get this to stand. It is such a gorgeous color. This is, I keep forgetting the name. Blackcurrant. We have blackcurrant bushes in our garden and during the summer months we pick them, we make a puree. We don't use it for anything in the kitchen. We just make sure that each family gets some puree. What I like to do with the puree that we get is I freeze it in ice cube trays. I just keep it in the freezer and then during the cold winter months I just add hot water, the blackcurrant, a little bit of cinnamon and honey, and it is phenomenal. It is so good and healthy too. They're not sweet berries, but that's what I like. I wish I could describe this, but all I know is black currants with a touch of cinnamon and honey and hot water is phenomenal.
And said, O Lord, God of Israel, there is no God like you in heaven or on earth, keeping your covenant of loving devotion with your servants who walk before you with all their hearts.
So my morning is going to be spent in the sewing room. There's stuff I need to work on. And then after lunchtime, I will then be making the sourdough bread. We also have pierogies to make after lunch. And what else? This is where I'll be today. Sewing room and the bakery. I've started with the sourdough, but I think we're gonna do a time lapse for this one. The bell just went for lunch. I got myself a plate. I'm gonna eat while I make the sourdough, because after lunch we also have to make pierogies. So I kind of need to be done with the sourdough by then. So let's get this show on the road.
4, 8.
Problem is, I don't know how much, so we're just gonna eyeball. I made a gluten-free loaf. It was one loaf. It called for 1 teaspoon or half a teaspoon of caraway seeds. I forgot. I think it was 1 teaspoon of caraway seeds. So we'll see. Is that too much? I do have a little bit of starter left over, but this, I'm going to put it in the fridge, and this is the one that we're going to take from. We have some in the fridge, but it's kind of old and it took me a while to get it going. I'm going to replace it with this new one and throw the other one out. It's not bad, but it hasn't been fed in months, so I mean, since I have this left over anyways, and this time try and remember to feed it every once in a while, because we'll just take a little bit out, and then put the rest back in the fridge. You need to feed everything. Anyways, that's what we've been told. We got the bread lane, and this thing is the bee's knees. Up until now, we have just been using a regular knife. No, it's not come close. For some reason I thought I would need both ovens. I didn't. I got a weird feeling that I preheated this one wrong, so I quickly switched my bread over to the other one, which I know was preheated correctly. So there they are. Hopefully all will be good. I'm a little bit worried about the bread, because with the first oven I was so scatterbrained that I did everything wrong. Luckily I caught it on time, and there was enough room to put all the bread in the other oven. So I feel like I fixed it, but I'm still scared I did something wrong. So I keep going to check and going to check and going to check, because I messed up with the first one. It looks nice, although some of my designs aren't as visible as I would like them to be. Oh well, next time. smells so wonderful. The pumpkin smell together with the chai tea. Mwah. Thought I saw a ladybug. But now it's going into the oven covered for 30 to 60 minutes. So they can start to rise a little bit, and then into the fridge overnight. Until tomorrow morning. Maybe around 8. Whenever. We'll see. Okay. I don't want to uncover it, so this will have to do for now. But it has risen nicely. It is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to go bake it. I'm gonna go bake it at 1. And in the meantime, I'm making myself a cup of coffee. Then I'm gonna go find myself a dark chocolate, and I am gonna sit and enjoy my coffee. Wait, I want to say keeps telling you things, but they keep slipping my mind because there's so oh my goodness, there are so many things on my mind. But today we didn't have to Friday clean the kitchen. And then we also heard the news that we're not going to be Friday cleaning the school this week. They said the school was good for this week. They are just going to do a quick tidy of everything with the kids. And that's a lovely surprise, especially on a Friday when there is so much to clean. Yay! Just waiting for my coffee now. Said if it feels firm. I don't know. I need to check it underneath. Ow! So now I gotta wait 2.5 hours before I can slice it. I'm just hoping that the middle is okay. I mean, it's a gorgeous color. It looks very nice. It's firm. It's a nice color underneath, but how is the middle? It's almost 2 hours. 10 minutes shy. It's nice and tasty, and I added an extra 10 minutes to the baking time. But I think what I should have done is added, if you can see the texture here, it feels a little underbaked. So what I would do is I would add maybe another 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. Some of her breads are baked for an hour, some are longer than an hour, and this one is longer than an hour of baking time. The recipe that we use for the regular sourdough is only 30 minutes in total. What I should have done is left it in longer, but that is how you learn. I'll know for next time. And once I toast this, you're not gonna notice this. Which reminds me, I'm gonna go get myself a toast right now. And now it looks more like a nicely baked loaf. Should. So, toast it, and it's not too bad. And the taste is also wonderful. It's not overbearingly pumpkin-y, I guess because there's no pumpkin pie spice. But it is very good. And the smell, oh my. It's a winner. It's definitely a winner. I just need to figure out my baking time. Some of you might be wondering why I would fiddle with the baking times and temperatures on a sourdough loaf that has been tried, true, tested, and put into a cookbook. Well, the thing is, my last 2 loaves have come out either flat or burnt, and I don't know what it is. I do everything the way that the recipe tells me to, the baking times, the temperatures, everything. I'm thinking it has something to do with my oven, so I just thought I would try a different baking method for a change to see what would happen. And also, honestly, baking it without the Dutch oven gives the bread a chewier texture, which is also something I really like. There's people that have recommended that I get an oven temperature. I have yet to try that. I just really wanted to try something else. I wanted to see if I was the problem with my bread flopping or if my oven was the problem. So now I know it's not me. That's why I tried a different baking method on a recipe that already comes with a baking method. It's currently Saturday. I wanted to end the vlog here because I did not know that I would get this much footage for this vlog, and I'm actually excited about it. But before I go, in the last short on Instagram where I was baking the sourdough bread, I showed a sourdough baking kit that I got for Christmas, and some of you were wondering where it's from, so I will link it below. But if you're interested, I will also quickly show it to you. I got my box here. It came with 2 Benettones, a round one and an oval one. One of those lovely whisks. This is my new favorite tool. This is in the bread lane. There's also a baking mat. A brush. I'm thinking this is to clean the Benettones. Bench scrapers. This knife with measurements and conversions and all that good stuff. And then one of my lovely subscribers also gifted me a bread lane for Christmas. So yeah, this is the set. And I will also link the gluten-free sourdough, this recipe book, below. I have been meaning to post the link for this book for a while now, but it kept slipping my mind, so I apologize about that, but I will leave it in the description box below if you're interested. I think that's everything. Thank you for spending this week with us. We loved having you, and I will see you in the next one.